Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to episode 32 of Studio Time with Ryos. So for today's episode, I want to do something a little bit different. We're going to do 1 hour of uncut studio footage today. So I'm going to start on a new idea from scratch, completely uncut, no edits. You guys will be able to see my raw workflow and it should be a good time. So grab your snacks, your beverages, whatever you got to do. It's about to be a doozy. Let's get right into it. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, an hour together, just you and I. Let's do it. So like I mentioned, we are going to start on a new idea from scratch, and I'm also going to start a 1 hour timer on my watch here. Today, in my mind, I wanted to start with a drop. So as you see, I pulled up Siren, pulled up my new preset pack, and we're going to start with some leads. So actually, I think, is the setting? Yeah, I got to turn this off too because I'm on ASIO. Okay, cool. All right, settings are good. Could do feature rave. Nah, but I wanted to do just, you know, my typical style, big room, progressive, hybrid prog, whatever we call it these days. Whatever the cool kids are saying. And what I want to do is start by creating a lead stack. And honestly, this is a really good starting point for lead stacks. Nice, clean, simple lead. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. My brain is computing right now. So I think that what we should do, if I start with a sound like this, we'll probably wind up creating a lead stack where all of the different sounds that I select for my lead layers are going to sort of combine together to create one big, awesome lead sound. Excuse me. The alternative would be finding a really, really cool lead sound, something that's just super interesting to listen to, and then finding a bunch of supporting layers that just literally help lift that sound. That's like basically the two types of lead stacks I like to make, right? Find a really cool sound, get a bunch of supporting layers, or get a bunch of cool sounds, add them all up, and make one big fat layer. So if we're going to go for that other one where we create the whole big fat layer, this sound is awesome. And then immediately I always try to get another sound that's just like the polar opposite, right? So in this case, we have a fat sort of down the middle lead, so getting a wide, more energetic lead here would be the best bet. This one could be cool if we open up the cutoff maybe. And I should also do this here, create a layer, so that we can control both lead sounds at the same time. Not bad. Yeah, I'm obviously not Bach, by the way. I cannot play the piano. I just use it to like test sounds. So that's not a bad start, actually. So at this point, maybe we can get a plug-in. We'll go to silent. See what Brother Hardwell has for us here. Go to Plux. Try this guy first. Whoops. Ooh, I actually love that high end. And these three notes sound awesome. What is this? E, D sharp, C sharp? Again, not Bach, but that sounds really cool. Okay. So at this point, the last layer that I'd be missing, I need like a layer that's gonna sustain the lead stack. It's really hard to describe what goes on in my head in human words, but I want to take these leads and kind of like just expand them. Yeah, sure. But yeah, to do that, we're gonna just go for a basic super saw. And I believe I briefly saw when I looked at when I was looking for Plux in Hardwell's pack, he's got the chameleon saw, and this is a great sound. Sort of a basic super saw that will help fill out the stack nicely. So let's try that. How you doing? See? Sounds really nice. Now, honestly, these leads sound really good. I'm not going to do anything more for now. This is how I go about creating leads, right? I just get to a spot where I start to vibe with it a little bit, and then as I start creating the actual song idea, then maybe I'll swap out sounds or get rid of sounds altogether, add more sounds if we need to, but it's all about getting that initial starting point, just getting that little bit of inspiration, and then you want to try to sort of trigger that snowball effect. And right now I'm a little snowball rolling down a nice little mountain here. We're gonna create a damn avalanche. I went to say avalanche, but that's not a word. Anyway, I'm getting distracted, guys. Sorry. Avalanche. We're going to create an avalanche. And we're going to do so. We're going to add some reverb quickly to the leads. Boom, boom, boom. Switch this to open. Longer decay. EQ like a dad. And then what we're going to do is we'll throw on Bahala delay, instant vibe, note, EQ this out a little bit. Cool. And then what we could do as well here is just very quick processing. We'll go for novelty character, only because I want this sound to be a bit brighter. And then we'll also do a bit of, what should we do? Simple compression. That's what we're going to do. Go to the glue here. Okay, so sorry for all my horrible piano playing. I'm so used to it, and it probably sounds horrible. My bad. But I need to sort of just constantly hear the sound in order to know how I process it, and I didn't make a melody yet. So, yeah, my bad, if that bothers you. But I'm also going to just take this low super saw, the chameleon saw, and just narrow it just a little bit. It's a little too wide. Beautiful. Okay, next. Let's bring in some new sounds. Let's go for chords first, and then we'll do bass. So in this case, for chords, we'll go for just like a really simple super saw. Something like that. And wait, I don't have a vibe yet. How am I supposed to make a melody? Okay, wait. So now that we have our chord patch in, and what I like to do these days, at least, is I like to get a little atmosphere bed or a drone, whatever you want to call it. Just something that has just a little bit of inspiration, you know? And I actually have a good idea for which one to get. I think it was in January. Oh, Festival Drone. Yeah. So I like working around stuff like this these days. It's so much easier to make melodies and like get chords going when there's like a vibe. I know, guys. Someone needs to tell me like alternatives for vibe, because I love that word, but I definitely use it way too much. Mood, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, let's get some chords going here. Do I want to work in F sharp? No, I said those 3 notes before sounded good, and that's that could be C sharp minor, or it could be G sharp minor. So we'll start with G sharp minor, since that's one of my 2 favorite keys. Pitch it up 2 semitones, bring this guy down. Oh yeah. Now time for chords. Let's see, actually. No, wait. Undo, undo, undo. Go back to this guy. Let's do, actually, we can go B. Actually, we'll go C sharp, up here to G sharp, and then here, G sharp maybe. Stick with me, I promise. Hold on. Be patient, I promise, guys. Hold on. Okay, so I like, this is kind of, yeah, this is good. This is where I wanted to head. Okay, 47 minutes left, not too bad. Now, basic chords, this is fine, but I know for this drop, I want to make it a little bit more aggressive. I'm going to have chord gaps, bass gaps, all of that stuff to let my lead shine through. So what we can do is get a kick in. And this is going to just help anchor the rhythm so I know how to create these gaps. I have Battlefield, actually. I feel like this is a good kick. It's not too aggressive, but it's also not too soft for this style. Okay, so what we're going to do now, promise it's going to get better. Let's focus on creating like a cool rhythm. Okay, so it's not super cool, but I've at least introduced a little bit of those gaps, something I like to do. And then now let's try to just make these chords a bit better. So what I like to aim for is an interesting top melody. I think if your chords have a cool top melody, usually it's a good thing. So maybe what we can do is we'll start by just going like this. And then bring this down an octave. Do, do, do. I think what I'm going to do actually is maybe switch the progression because I want this note to hit G sharp, and G sharp doesn't really sound good with D sharp minor here. So switch this to E major. Yeah, and then now we'll try going down, and then we can try up if it doesn't sound good. Yeah. So I like the way this melody sounds now too, like leading into this next section. So we can do. And we'll. Wait, let me see. 1 second. G, G, B. Okay, that'll sound good. So what we'll do for uniform sake is we'll copy over the second bar over. Get rid of that top melody. And what am I going to do here? Let's see. So what we could do, because having a melody like on top of the chords here and then not here is just whack. That's not going to work. So maybe we can just scrap this idea. Yeah, I'm going to scrap the idea, actually. And that happens. It's all good. See, normally in these Studio Time with Ryos episodes, I would just cut all that out because I wanted to sticking here anyway. But you guys, listen, we're going raw, all right? We're going uncut. You guys can see my exact workflow here. So this chord is solid. Simple, rhythmic, cool. We're going to keep it just standard for now. I'm going to just really start focusing on creating, I want to say vibe so bad. I'm going to go ahead and start focusing on creating an arrangement that makes sense for what I have in my head, what I'm trying to encapsulate. So we'll start by just getting a nice aggressive bass in there. Yeah, I'm already hearing like melody variations in my head that we can do, but let's focus on just adding sidechain quickly. And then we're going to go ahead and create a melody. Now, whenever you guys see me just like listening to something on loop, just bopping, kind of looks like I'm doing nothing productive. I kind of like to take some time to sort of get into the zone where I can just try to picture some melodies in my head, really simply put. So that's what I was doing just there while making these small tweaks. I'm kind of thinking a few steps ahead, trying to think, okay, like what kind of melody do I want to create? What kind of vibe? No, I'm kidding. What kind of mood do I want to create? Do I want it to be epic, energetic, both, etc., etc.? So now let's go ahead. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and create the melody now. And the reason I just paused there is I want to just quickly adjust the reverb and delay. Make it a little shorter. And then also a nice little thing I like to do sometimes when I go to create my melodies is just have the chords on an empty channel so I can see the ghost notes. That way I can just try to make sure that my lead is harmonious to the chord progression. So then I should also quickly add a little bit of sidechain, not that guy, this guy, just so that it doesn't sound horrendous. Nope, we're going to scrap that melody idea. And let me think. I might want to change the key here. This is giving a little too much like sappy emotional vibes. I kind of wanted this to be more epic. So let's quickly just try to transpose the melody real fast. To like F sharp minor. Whoops. And then, yeah, now this time. Da, 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 da. Okay, so like some inspiration here. Obviously not a perfect melody, but kind of giving me more ideas on how to proceed here. So, okay. I like this, right? I'm not totally sold on this ending, but this is kind of like where my heart wanted to go, for lack of a better way of describing it. But what I do know is that the chords here can be adjusted to better suit this melody in terms of rhythm, because I do like the melody of it. And actually, we're going to do it with the bass, because it's more of a timing thing. And then here on the bass, let's just do it now. It should definitely have a lot of pitch bend for this style. So specifically, like right here, before the second phrase of the melody starts, it should pitch down. It's like right here. Boom. Yeah, there we go. And let me just run with the bass line to make these tweaks quick, and then I can copy them to the chords. And I think, okay, so what I think would sound good is if we do a little bit more pitching here, but more subtle. So here, this will go 50%. This will only be 25. Yeah. And then we could probably copy that. Hello? You could probably copy that for this section as well. So we'll go for 50, 50, 25. And then I just personally like to pitch up my basses after 4 bars. Just something that over the years I've come to like a lot. You know what? I think I really like the ending of this melody too. Now that I hear it with the bending bass. That was kind of hard to say. But yeah. Sounds cool. Now, before I go back to the chords, as I listen to this, again, that avalanche that I mentioned before, we're moving. We're going. We are going to try to create that snowball effect by adding the sounds I hear in my head. Now, Zane, what do you hear in your head? Listen, guys, I'm happy to explain to you. I'm just such a troll. In all seriousness, trolls aside, I've created in the past this vocal guy that sounds so cool. Where is he? Or she, because it's a girl thing. It's a girl chop. Bounce Fox. So if I play this one and sidechain it heavily, so it almost sounds like an offbeat kind of thing. Maybe less Jurassic. This could sound cool. Actually, I think it might need to be heavier. And this guy needs to be sidechained as well. Yeah, I like that. All right, nice. So now we can go back to the chords and just copy this rhythm here. Which, it's pretty simple, the change that I wanted to make initially. It was just taking this note. I almost said guy again. Taking that note and extending this one here. So boom, 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 boom. And you know what? I just pasted this over here just for my reference, but it actually sounds nice. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, so now let's see what it sounds like. And we're going to do some work on these chords because it's a little messy right now. It's a little messy. So what I'm going to do, I want the chords to kind of be more in the background. I don't want them to be so up front. So we're actually going to chop a lot of the lows. I know I just added the bass line to the chords, but it still matters. Yeah, so like that low bass that I just added, this guy, obviously you can hear there's a lot of other frequencies going on besides obviously the lows. So I don't want you guys to think, oh, he added the bass line, he's chopping it off. Listen, I know a thing or two about making fat chords, you know what I'm saying? But nah, I'm just joking. So what I'm doing right now, guys, is I'm really trying to focus on creating the chords and making them more present in the upper mid-range, because that's where I want to hear them, right? Because I plan on having like fat basses, and the fat basses are going to really take up a lot of room in the mids and the low mids, so gotta kind of pick and choose my battles here on where I want to place these chords. So I'm going to add a little bit more sidechain to the leads now. I'm going to reduce some of the compression, and I'm just going to EQ this pluck real fast as well. And I just realized I have to add a little bit of mono legato. There we go. All right, cool. So we have a lot of like our main meat and potatoes here. So now it's just about enhancing all of these ingredients. You like that? Meat and potatoes, ingredients? Thought of that shit on the fly. But I don't know. I'm in a trolly ass mood today. My bad. But yeah, let's get more stuff going. Let's get more stuff going. How am I doing on time? Oh, I'm kind of just a little bit past 30 minutes. That's not too bad. Okay. So yeah, so one of my first complaints was that there's just like too much reverb going on everywhere. So on the leads particularly, I'm going to just quickly reduce the amount of wet coming through. I'm also going to do a little bit of mid-side processing here. Yeah, so like this region roughly is just a little too wide for my liking. And then what we're going to do also, just to ensure there's no hullabaloo going on down here, we're going to cut all the sides on these leads at around 140 or so, 150. All right, awesome. So now let's go ahead and explore some additional bass layers. Let's go to a different plugin besides Siren for bass. Let's go to Spire. And the reason I'm actually going to Spire in particular is I have a few basses here that I saved. Yeah, it's this guy. I absolutely love that mid-range drive here. Yeah, we're going to utilize this. So for this bass, I want it to follow the same pitch as the other main bass. So the other main bass was actually pitching 24 semitones up and down. So we're going to add that as well, link it there too. Okay, so what I'm going to do on these leads as well, what I'm missing is a little bit of additional transient, and I'm also missing a little bit of like a, I guess this directly coincides with transient, but a little like high-end sparkle to like let these leads cut through the mix. I could totally layer just another pluck, but I'm going to try to do it with processing first. So what I'm going to do is just throw on transient shaper. And then perhaps we'll also try this EQ quick that I want to do. Only 1 dB is enough, because even that's a little extreme. This plugin's super powerful, but Pultec EQ, absolute legend, super good. Wait, I was just about to do the drums, right? But what if we did like the little stutter effects with the chords and the bass? I don't know. Maybe later, maybe later. Let's do the drums, and actually I just realized too, I didn't even add a sub yet. So we should definitely get a sub going too. Let's go back to Spire. Yeah. I saw this guy before when I clicked Toxic. I was like, wait a minute. Just a standard sub, so nothing super crazy. Okay, let's link this here to that other bass pitch automation clip. All right, now for the drums. This is obviously a little bit more festival-ish, a little more energetic, so we'll pick, you know, drums that match that vibe. No, I'm kidding. Match that energy. That's a good one. I could start saying energy instead. But yeah, let's go ahead and add some claps. Crashes as well, maybe, or a ride. We're gonna see which one sounds better. Okay, I do like the noise ride instead. We could try perfect prog ride. Okay, nice. So simple drums, they sound good. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna try something where I basically cut out all of this basically when there's these gaps. Sometimes it sounds cool, make it sound a little bit more choppy, but it might not work. Let's see. So what we could do actually instead would be to cut this whole section. Huh. I don't know. I think the only reason I'm kind of torn on it, I love doing those, right? But I really like the pitch bending that's going on as well. And I don't want to mess with that. So maybe we'll just keep it the way it is. Maybe no chopping here today. All right, awesome. So now let's get some effects. I don't think we're going to do anything too crazy here, honestly. Simple cashmere exhaust. And then here we can start to experiment with some fills. So we'll cut out everything. And then to start, like, okay. So what I'm thinking is that for this section, it might be cool if we introduce a completely new synth to finish off the melody. But just as a placeholder right now, I'll just turn off the sidechain on the leads so we can get an idea of what it's going to sound like. So something like this. Put this guy up here. Yeah, so I like that idea, but definitely want to switch out the synths. So we'll just get, now it's time to get a really cool sound, right? So, what can we do? I think in my pack, there is a sound illusion. Yeah, this one is nasty. And it's really like festival-like and energetic, so it might sound good. Let's try it. And also, to execute this well, the drop leads should also completely disappear during the section. So basically, any additional reverb, bleed, delays, all that stuff's got to go. So make an automation clip like this, and then... It's not bad. It's not what I had in mind, though. Now that I hear it in the context of the mix. That's cool. Oh, yeah. That's more what I pictured. Okay, so what we're going to have to do next to make this whole shebang cooler is introduce some impacts, different drum fills, and perhaps like a cool riser or something. So I'm purposely picking this one because it's got like some white noise built into this impact here, which is nice. This is definitely, like, as I work on this more, definitely being or feeling that festival route. So not afraid to use like a lot of white noises, crazy reverb, stuff like that. And then we're going to take a riser to get us out of the section. And I already have an idea where to go. Koyu, he's got some really nice little one bar guys like here. Extend this a little further. I like this first one, but let's see what else he's got as options. Ooh, okay, wait a second. What note? Oh, it's hard to tell. I was gonna say, so now, like, coming into the second half of the drop, it'd be cool if we did, like, an alarm or siren and make it sound like it's coming from this riser. That would be cool. I think maybe we can kind of just take a siren sample and we can give it that effect and make it sound like it's coming from this. Because I don't know. There's also just not enough information. Like, I can't really turn that into a siren. Because I'm looking for, like, a stable note, and that's pitching up. That's the sitch. So we can try. I think I have some samples that I found off Splice. I think. Sirens? Yeah. No, I'm not really looking for those, though. Kashmir definitely has to have some sirens, right? For sure. Yeah. War horns and alarms. Perfect. And then this needs to be, what, 7 semitones? No, 9. Right? A sharp, B. Yes, I still have to do this. C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp. Right? Did I just count that right? 9? Yeah. There we go. Cool. And then what I'm going to do is chop this because I don't like... I was going to say I don't like that harsh transient, but I'm probably going to sidechain this, but regardless, we'll just get rid of it. Just for safekeeping. Yeah, cool. I can keep this alarm sustaining, right, and like loop it and then pitch it up. That might sound better here. Nah, I don't like that. It sounds good, right, but it makes it sound too much like the second half of the drop, or the second drop, when a lot of DJs will put in like Hoover synths, and producers, they'll put in like Hoover synths. That's kind of what this sounds like. I don't want to give off that vibe yet. Maybe for the second drop, we would do that, but not for here. We can copy over these exhausts as well. Where's my chords? Obviously, I was not organized at all today, which is not like me, but I didn't want to waste too much time organizing. But I want the chords to be louder for sure. Not too loud. Not too loud. We got to get that nice balance going. All right. So at this point, I'm liking the direction. I'm feeling it. Still some work to do. Still got my work cut out for myself. How we doing on time? We got 10 minutes. All right, pretty cool. I just realized, too, I actually never even finished the fill. But what I was going to say is that the drums need to be addressed. Kind of a little boring for my liking, but we need to add the fill anyway. So we can add the fill, and then we can revisit some of the drums and see if we can add some extra rhythm or just something to make it feel a little bit more interesting. Now for this drum section, the drum fill, maybe we'll just go for a nice Kashmir fill today. Let's see. Yeah, dude, come on. That's so good. I just don't like when it pitches down right here. I guess we'll stick with it for now. You'll see, guys, like I guess you've already seen, because there's only 8 minutes left, right? 8 minutes 50 seconds left. But what I was about to say is, like, when I'm creating my ideas these days, I try to just get like most of the track idea down, because you can always go back and you can always find a better sample, create a better sample, switch out sounds, all that good stuff. But it's so much harder to do that if you don't have like a vision for the track, you know? So I do my best to try to get like a theme, a vision, a vibe, whatever down, and then you can always go back and swap out sounds. Like, to be completely honest, I'm not a fan of this kick in this drop, but it does the job for now, and that's fine. It's just more important that we get a lot of the elements actually down first. So that with that being said, this fill will stay, and then I'm going to take some time now to see if we can implement some other cool little tidbits, fills, hats throughout this drop. So I'm going to actually, since I'm here, see if I can steal a few little clips, bits, and pieces from some of Cashmere's fills. See if anything is inspiring. So at the very end, this might make for a cool little... I like that. This is also sick. Maybe we'll get rid of this first hit and just use this last two. Maybe not. It's not really blending right now that well, but I do like that idea. This is also another good sample. Damn. He's got a lot of good fills in here. So my bad for going silent, just a little bit focused right now. I like this fill, and I also like accidentally played this throughout the drop, and it kind of sounded cool. So I'm going to try to layer it with maybe this initial sample. So what I'm going to do actually is I don't really want this initial transient. With my fills, especially with this genre, you kind of don't want the fills to be like sticking out too much. You want them to sort of be in the background, almost like air candy, and almost like just a means of keeping the momentum, the energy up, all that stuff. So with that being said, I'm going to actually try to... I'm going to actually chop off the transient here, because no transient equals... not really going to stick out too much. And I just stretched it as well. So that's kind of cool. And then, yeah, that sounds a lot better. And then what I was going to say is, well, I can try to get some light clap fills in. I have a million of those that I've made. So I can try to get those in for this first half. And then I also want to try like a brass stab. I don't know why. I'm kind of getting that vibe of like on the initial hit of the drop, boom, nice and grande. But nah, in all seriousness, a nice big brass stab would sound cool here too. Okay, so what was I gonna do? I'm distracting myself. Clap fills. So I'm also going to do the same thing I did here on this fill as well. Just going to introduce a little bit of a fade. It kind of sounds like I'm demoing fills right now. Like, how do I describe it? It just doesn't sound great the way the fills are right now. So maybe we won't even have a fill here. Otherwise, it sounds like, again, like I'm demoing like a fill sample pack, showing off each fill. That's funny. All right, so we'll skip that idea for now. I don't think it sounds great here. We will go for a massive brass stab of some sorts, though. And where's the one from Two of Us? Okay, so we'll take this guy, pitch down one semitone, and we'll add a little bit of sidechain here. An interesting little quirk here that we got to figure out. Well, not figure out, but just adjust real fast. So because the bass line changes really quick, and this particular brass sample has a lot of bass in it, once the bass is no longer playing F sharp, it sounds really weird. So what we're going to do is just automate this EQ to cut off all the bass. Because I kind of want the reverb tail to ring out. So watch. We'll take this brass, turn off the EQ, and then right when it switches notes, we can turn on the EQ. Yeah, that way we're not having that bass clash. Or I might altogether just shorten the sample, but let's see what it sounds like first. Yeah, I kind of like it like that. And then quickly what we can do as well, we'll go old school, throw on Camel Crusher real fast on the fill lead. And I just hit an hour on my watch. Alrighty, so there we go. I'm going to shut you off. See you later. And let's just do a few other quick tweaks, and then we can just take a listen back to it. So what I'm going to do is copy over the brass with this EQ setting. We will copy over all the fills. I wanted to get like some sort of shaker or a hat in this drop as well to keep the rhythm up. We can go for where's Pacer hats? See if this sounds good here. So yeah, this sort of rhythm I like. This sample though is playing way too high up for this particular drop, so we're gonna do a little frequency shifting. And then we're gonna EQ out all of this mud and unwanted stuff. I think a crash might sound nice here as well, like a crash effect, and particularly hitting on bar 29. So we'll go to do 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 do. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That sounds good. And then what else did I want to do quickly? So this pacer hat sounds really good, actually. This is what I had in mind. I'm going to sidechain it just a little bit heavier for this drop. Honestly, this sounds really good. I'm really liking this. I think that the only thing that I would like want to do is adjust the mixing, obviously. Like, I've done virtually no real mixing here. What we could do is just, for the bass group, yeah, let's go quickly to the bass group. I want to do two things quickly. So make a very small mark here. Mark? Cut or dip. I don't know why I just said mark. Just slightly help reduce some of that mud that's going on there. And then I would like to do a little bit of XTT. Right? Not OTT, XTT. And these days, I don't like having my sub in the bass group. Excuse me. I like processing that separately. So this will just mainly be these two basses. And I feel like we could further EQ this sound better too. All right, now just so that we can do the final listen, I'm going to throw in just a quick riser. I'll take the leads. I'm going to make the world's fastest builder, right? We're only going to do 4 bars. And what I'm going to do is we'll turn off the sidechain. So like that. Move this here so that the sidechain will go back on. Or actually, wait. Hello? There we go. Okay. So make it like that. We're going to quickly add a filter to the leads and then just a super quick build snare. And again, I'm only doing this just for my own for our listening pleasures, right? Because if I just do the final playback starting from the drop, I don't know, it's a little fugazi. It's a little fugazi. So, and I just spit everywhere. My bad. My bad. All right, so quick filter, boom, boom. We'll go to wait, no, long fills. Main. And then we'll get a quick big snare as well. Bum, 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 bum. And then we just need a riser, and that's it. Just a riser. All right, so now let's take a listen from the top, and let's see what I came up with. Hey, all right, let's go. So, yo, that's around an hour, a little bit more than an hour, in the studio with your boy, raw, completely uncut. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time I upload. Also, quickly, my July Patreon pack is going to expire soon. If you guys didn't know, I'm releasing monthly sample packs on my Patreon, and after each month is over, that pack will no longer be available. So there'll be a new one coming, but if you wanted that July one, be sure to get it soon. So that'll be all for me today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.